Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Aini Badrisha binti Ramli, and I will present about chapter 7, which is issue in transport and tourism. And my subtopic that I will present today is the environmental impact of tourist transport. So for the introduction, tourism environmental impact have received increased attention in recent years. With the rise of sustainable tourism and an increase in environmentally friendly initiatives, tourists and stakeholders alike are acknowledging the importance of environmental management in the tourism industry. As it plays a role in tourism, the environment is a valuable resource. Tourism plays a significant role in attracting tourists to the destination because both positive and negative effects and the effects are amplified if the environment is underdeveloped or vulnerable. The physical or biotic component of the environment include non-living elements such as latitude, altitude, location, temperature, rainfall, soil, and so on. Each of these elements has an impact on the natural environment. So, for the example of environmental impact, the first one is a biotic impact. Refer to the environmental, geological, hydrological, noise, and vibration impact of tourist transportation facilities. Infrastructure in the tourism industry frequently have a biotic effect on the environment. Road construction in sensitive highland frequently necessitates physical changes to the natural environment. This may result in environmental degradation such as siltation, river clogging, and landslide. Building on previously developed section of the island is an example of best environmental practice used in the development of Pulau Banding. Next is a biological impact. The impact of tourist transportation on flora and fauna, as well as the interaction between the two. These can also include massive impacts such as air and water pollution, as well as less visible effects such as forest species habitat invasion. For example, the near extinction of giant turtle in the Galapagos Island as a result of the introduction of non-native rat species by tourists and passenger-borne. Transport operators frequently use fumigation and standards for releasing ballast water by ship are being imposed. Next, we will move to the major negative impact of tourism on the environment. In 1950, there were 25 million international tourists. By 1970, the figure had risen to 166 million, and by 1990, it has risen to 485 million. Between 1990 and 2018, the population more than triple, reaching 1.442 billion. Tourist arrivals are expected to reach 1.8 billion by 2030. Tourism has significant negative environmental consequences. They include local natural resources depletion, as well as pollution and waste issues. Tourism frequently puts a strain on natural resources by overconsumption, especially in areas where resources are already scarce. Tourism places significant strain on local land use, potentially resulting in soil erosion, increased pollution, natural habitat loss, and an increased pressure on endangered species. These effects have the potential to gradually deplete the environmental resources on which tourism is based. So, what is the negative impact of tourism on the environment? So, the first one is environmental pollution. Increased road and air traffic contribute to transportation pollution. It can also cause noise pollution, especially if the airport is located in the city center. During takeoff and landing, aircraft emit toxic nitrogen oxide. Next is depletion of natural resources. Natural forest resources are depleted as a result of deforestation when forest land is used for tourism development, or when trees are felled for fuel and campfire. The third one is land erosion. One of the major causes of erosion of the rich soils cover is deforestation for the construction of new facility or to clear vast stretches of land on hill slope for winter sport and the construction of ski lodge. Next is loss of natural habitat. Damage caused by tourist activity may cause indigenous plant and animal to lose their natural habitat. And the last impact is traffic congestion. It is a common issue in many destinations around the world, especially during the school holiday and holiday season. During this time, a large number of tourists will travel. As a result, the number of vehicles on the road will increase. Next, we'll move to tourist impact on economy. Tourism is one of the most important industry in the world, the third largest export category after fuels and chemical, and accounted for 7% of world trade in 2019. It can account for more than 20% of a country's GDP in some cases, and it is the world's third largest export sector overall. Tourism is one of the industry hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, which has impacted economies, livelihoods, public services, and opportunities every continent. Every aspect of its vast value chain has been impacted. Tourism export revenue could fall from 910 billion to 1.2 trillion in 2020, which could have a broader impact and reduce global GDP by 1.5% to 2.8%. Tourism support 1 in 10 jobs and many millions more in the industrialized and developing countries. The development of new tourist destinations and their facility can create new business and employment opportunities that further help generate more tax revenue for the government. The tourist business often creates a significant number of low-paying jobs at minimum wage or less. The tourism industry frequently generates a large number of low-wage or minimum wage jobs. Next, we move to economic benefit of tourism. Tourism is crucial to the growth of many economies worldwide. Tourism has a number of advantages for whole city. Tourism increases the income of the economy, create thousands of jobs, develop a country infrastructure, and promotes cultural exchange between foreigners and citizens. Tourism generates a significant number of jobs in variety of industry. This job may be in the tourism sector, but they may also be in the agriculture sector, the communication sector, the health sector, or the educational sector. Many tourists travel to experience the culture, various tradition and gastronomy of the host country, which is very profitable for local restaurant, meals, malls, and shops. Government that rely heavily on tourism for a large portion of their revenue invest heavily in the country infrastructure. They want even more tourists to visit their country, which requires safe and advanced facilities. This results in new roads and highway, park, better public spaces, new airport, and possibly better school and hospital. Infrastructure that is both safe and innovative ensure a smooth flow of goods and services. Furthermore, local residents benefit from opportunity for economic and educational growth. Lastly, for the conclusion, environment is a valuable resource for tourism. It also has a positive and negative impact as it attracts tourists to the destination. Tourism put tremendous pressure on local land and can lead to soil erosion, increased pollution, loss of natural habitat, and an increased pressure on endangered species. Tourism has the potential to have a positive impact on the environment by helping to protect and conserve the environment. It is a method of raising environmental awareness as well as tool for financing the protection of natural area and increasing their economic importance.